Greetings everyone. In this video, we will view the method to convert Fusion Standard Report Journal Entry Reserve Ledger Report into the dynamic Excel pivot table. This file will enable you to view summarized depreciation data by various dimensions just by clicking on the name of the dimension. So as of now, you are viewing asset category data. If I click just on the company description, the company description wise data is available. Account description, here the account description wise total assets, set cost, depreciation, what is depreciation, depreciation reserve, and the net book value at the period end. Similarly, the cost center description, and there are 15 more dimensions that is available to analyze the summarized cost of depreciation. Even I can slice further this data by various dimensions, like this is for the November period. We can check for the October. Let's see the by book. So if we see in the book for October, the number of asset, the cost, if I change to November, so one asset has been increased in both the books, even the cost has increased. So no need to open the field list from the pivot table and make a replacement. So book description or category, anything you want, you don't need to use this screen. You can just directly use this option and click and update. So pivot table will get updated. Now there could be reason, like you can say this is only 15 dimensions available, whereas the standard report gives so many columns. So we want to use those columns just like you want to use person transaction type for your analysis purpose. So how the same will be available. So for this part, what you can do is either you replace any of the existing one, just like the life is not so useful or book class, it is not useful, and you want to use transaction type, type the word transaction type and just click. Now it is available by transaction type. Even book class, I don't want to replace it, so click, right click and say insert, shift cell down, and here I will write down book class. So corporate tax, that is also available. So this is the fields which are available. If you add any fields in the source file, just like if we come here, the account, as of now there are code and description, two separate fields. If a user needs to concatenate this field and add, just like I'm adding here one field, separating with hyphen and description. So it is available. Let's use the word account to get this data over here. Just first refresh the data and let me override any of the column or insert a new column, override this code one. So some error. Let's see the words are proper matching here. Okay, here some spelling mistake from my side, so it's good. Now we can rectify it, refresh the data, and now let me just click on the account. So now here you can see the concatenated field is available, and in the my source file the asset categories are available, which is a concatenated one only if user want to see by major category. So let me enable this time the formula bar, so you can view the formula also. So it's here we want to see the major category. So major category, we need to take the fields left, some of the fields from here. So to what uh, extent we need to use the number of characters, we say till the hyphen is available, the segment separator. So to identify the position of this segment separator, I will use a formula search. Define text is this hyphen sign, which is in this text. So search is done. Now left sign is done. So as we can see here, it has calculated the number of characters up to hyphen. So I don't want the hyphen one, so I just need here and this -1. So one less character is available, and rename the column as major category. add this segment here instead of units. Okay, I want refresh the data. Now refresh. So I'm able to see the 6 categories, major categories, in place of 16 categories. So now the user want to see only the cost, depreciation, YT depreciation, and net book value by just major category that is visible on this sheet. So now you may be thinking, what is the key benefit of this approach? If you think it is saving of time, it is not so. Changing the row value in the pivot table, it hardly takes few seconds task. The main benefit here of this approach is to eliminate the distraction. Now user don't need to go and see all this fields columns. They need to just focus on the main dimension and the analysis data over here. I hope you will found this Excel very much interesting and useful, and you will be excited to know the approach to convert this standard report into this desired format. Journal entry reserve ledger report, an excellent asset depreciation detailed report provided by Oracle. This is the standard format available where you can see single page for each company. You can see the total for each cost center and expense account and reserve account group, and in the center you will see the detail of the assets which is available here. So we need to convert this format into the required format which you have seen in the first section. So first run this report. So you need to go to the monitor process, schedule a new process, journal entry reserve ledger, name of the process, enter the basic parameters. Once the report gets completed, you need to download the XML data and then save it to the folder on your system. Now as we can see, the book, currency and period are all mandatory parameters. Now you want to have a multiple period analysis or multiple book analysis, so you need to run this process multiple times based on the need. So once you have decided the number of reports you need to run, then run it and then download all the XML file in one common folder. So once this folder is filled with the XML files that you need, we need to download the Excel file from the YouTube video link. In the YouTube video link, you will get the path of this Excel macro enabled file. So once you have saved all the XML files in the folder, enter the folder path here and then click on the import data. Before that, we can just see that there are 3 sheets available: source, dump and pivot. All of them are blank. So once you import the data, it will populate the data in the dump file, and then once we refresh, it will populate the data in the pivot table. So import data. So now a background queries are running. We have 6 XML file loaded in this folder. I can check the name of the file and the book and the period for which I have run the report. If any of this file is not relevant, I can delete these files from the folder and then import the data again. So as of now, for my analysis purpose, these files are good. I can see this, the data has been populated here in the dump file, the depreciation detail, all the columns which were available now are in columnar formats. And to generate the data in the pivot, I need to click on the refresh button. Now the data is available in the pivot format which you were seeing in the beginning. So now it is populating the data for 3 periods. Now when you have multiple periods, ensure that this analysis is used only for the period dimension. Like as of now, I can see the November period, the assets are 1417 and cost is 253,000. 251,000 in cost. So this is my year end balance. So September period end cost, total cost, and 756,000, it is incorrect figure. So when we use this for multiple period, this cost, year to date depreciation, depreciation reserve and net book value at the period end, the grand total will show the incorrect figure. So this is not comparable. Like I can go towards like this asset category. So now this category is showing the assets 3 times because of the 3 periods. So it is better that whenever you select any dimension, you must have 1 period selected. So now this is showing the correct data. So here my slicers are very much useful. So I can see or compare November 20s US Corp for second legal entity. So only for one book it is available. So if I select unselected, so category wise across both the books or even across multiple books, the view will be available. Now let's see if there are some calculated columns. So how this dimension view will be impacted or have effect. So let me add one column like the percent depreciation. So what is the percent depreciation? So I will add period depreciation in the value column and change it to show value as percent of grant total dep percent and formatting it as a percentage with no decimal. So now we can see here category wise depreciation. So the first category, this is sorted as per the depreciation amount. So you will see the even the percentage sorted. So you can see the top three categories, sorry, the top four categories contribute 60% of the depreciation for the period of November 20. So if we go towards the top eight, it's almost 92%. So 90% of the depreciation is just in this eight categories. So same thing if we want to see the cost centers, which cost centers are having more depreciations. So you can see only three cost centers are having depreciations. So rest of the cost centers where the depreciation are booked are zero. So we don't have anything here. So we can see this, the depreciation percent column is working fine even if I change the any other dimension. So it has not impacted. Adding a new column does not impact my pivot table. Similarly, let's add one more column, that's a calculated column. If I want to see what is the value retired percent, so I need to go to this pivot table and fields at calculated column. So this figure is depreciation reserve divided by cost. So this is value retired. Okay, let's change percent view and heading. So we can see here on this particular site the account code. Let's select to some categories. So if I want that this format remains same, I need to update the format from here. So we can see here like 94% of the value of computer network is retired here. Even the vehicles are like 75% retired. 83% of the furniture office has been retired. So the absolute value is not giving the clear picture, which says like 4 million amount is the net book, sorry, like 900,000 is the net book value of the furniture office, but it has already retired 83%. So this is only 70% of your book. Here if you see the network cost is 1 million, but 94% is already retired. So that's where your value retired can give a good picture. Even if you see like by the department, we can see here that most of the department, the assets has already been retired. So it's fully retired. There is no net book value. So a management can see like in this particular department, we need to put some assets which are new and in working conditions. So other than this, you can also find out some more analysis or ways to analyze the asset depreciation. You can surely put your comments of the analysis that you found useful. Let's summarize this step. So first you need to run the report and download the XML file. Based on your need, you need to run the report multiple times. Save all XML file under a single folder. Download the Excel file from the YouTube link. Enter the full folder path of your system onto the Excel file. Click on the import data to import the data from the XML to Excel file. And last, refresh the data to get the data in the pivot table. So if you have any questions or suggestions for the related video, please post the same in the comment box. If any suggestion for the next report on which the video you would like to have, please mention the same in the comment box. I hope this knowledge will be very useful to you and it will save your time. Thanks for giving your time. Have a nice day.